Hi class, welcome back to art. Today we will be working a little bit more with texture. Today we're going to be combining your texture plates into a collage. What is a collage? A collage is a combination of multiple things. It's when you put them together in a purposeful way to make something new, okay? Now, I've also asked you to let your parents know that it would be helpful if they were able to join you for part of this lesson. If you have parents here, hello parents. I'm Ms. Cordova. I'm your kids' art teacher. Happy to have them. So I'm going to share my screen with you and show you the supplies. There are two lists. One, the normal list, and the other is the list if your parent is there to help you, okay? All right. My desk is quite the, got a lot of art supplies everywhere. Okay, so we are doing your texture collage. Remember, that is these things that we made last time, texture pieces. So if you are doing this on your own, that's just fine. These are the supplies you need right here, okay? These ones. So hit pause and go get these supplies and come back and unpause the video when you have them, okay? All right, now, if parents, you are here, if you could get some aluminum foil, not a big piece, just a little piece, and some tape and a scissor, that would be helpful. So for all of you students right now, once you get your supplies together, do you have them all together? Are you sure? Press pause and double check. All right, now you should have all your supplies. For all of you students right now, it is time to get your scissors. And, oh, here are mine. And you are going to begin cutting out your rectangles, okay? So let's all do that now. Now, parents, if you could please take a piece of aluminum foil, it can be a little bit bigger than this if you want, and fold back the edges so the sharp edges are folded in towards the back, towards the dull side. Once you've done that around all of the edges, please take some tape. You can use Scotch or masking. I happen to have blue masking tape, but it can be any color. And place it over the edge of the aluminum foil so that there aren't any sharp edges. If your child is particularly rough with supplies or accident prone, you may want to go all the way over the edge and then turn it up, but they should be just fine if they just do it like this, okay? All right, students, have you continued to cut out your rectangles? Hopefully you have. Parents, one of the reasons I'm having them cut out the rectangles is it's good to build hand skills. I'm sure you could do it faster, but it's good for their little hands. So once you have all of this cut out, then we're ready to take the next step, okay? So I'm going to show you with paper first what you're going to do. You are going to place one of your squares down on the table, all right? Then you're going to place the paper over that square. Now feel the paper and feel where that texture is. All right, now you're going to take a crayon. It works best if you have a crayon that doesn't have any paper on it and that you can hold like this. See how I'm holding it? So that I can take it and I can put it down, and then you're going to feel the texture, hold the paper where you feel texture, and then run the crayon back and forth over it. Back and forth, moving it a little bit to the side each time. So I go swipe, and then I move my crayon over, and I swipe, okay? Now try and cover that whole piece of paper that has all the texture on it. Make sure it's nice and dark. The lines are nice and dark. All right, there's mine. Now, going to take another piece of paper, one of the other textures, flip over your paper, move the first one out of the way, put the second one down, figure out where it's going to be underneath. And now if you want, you can change crayon colors or you can use the same one. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit different color. And you're going to color another area of your paper in with your texture. You get to choose where to put it. Now see how this one didn't come out quite as bold as the other one? Well, when we look at our textures, this one has a little bit more glue down on it. This one was a little bit thinner glue, see that? That's why this one didn't come out as strongly with the lines. Now you know what we do with the third one? That's right, we lift up our paper, we put the third one down, and we take anything else out from under our paper. And then I'm going to, a little hard to see here. Let's see if I can give it something to focus on. Let's see if this helps. Okay. Make sure you get the crayons nice and dark. Oops, my crayon had a little bit of green on it. That's okay. Parents, if you are helping your student, you can get those supplies out on the table with you. For anyone working in crayon, keep working on your crayon and try and fill the whole page with different colors. If your student has aluminum foil and texture sheets, you get to help them choose where they're going to put that texture under the foil. Students, hold your foil on top of the texture, and with your other finger in your other hand, start by your other fingers and move away from your other fingers. Okay? This will help the foil stay in place while you make the texture. This is calling doing a rubbing or embossing, right? We're putting one texture into a piece of metal. You can call it embossing. That is what's making the design, the changes in surface, all right? Oh, this is not photographing well, but see how mine looks, all right? Parents, then once they do one sheet, sure you know what's coming next. They can do another area. You can help them if they're having a little bit of trouble holding it still, but if you can help them place their finger in one spot and move the finger away from it so that it stays in place, that would be very helpful. All right. And help them continue that until they fill their piece of foil. All right. Now I have a little foil embossing. If you have some paper at home, parents, you can help your student glue or tape their aluminum foil embossing to another piece of paper, and then they can sign it down on the bottom. For students, and if they want to, they can certainly do the crayon part of it. For students working with their crayons, try to switch around the different shapes and patterns. All right. You want to try and fill the whole page with your collage. This would be called a texture collage. Let's see, I tried to make a crayon on my own. It didn't go so well, but I'm going to see what happens when I use it. Ooh, that's fun. Alrighty. So now that I've done this, I can either leave it like this, or if you have crayons at home, or I'm sorry, markers, you can take a marker. Actually, I'm gonna use orange. And try and use a color that's very different from one of your squares. So look at one area of color and you're gonna choose another color that is very different from it, all right? Then you're gonna cover that whole area with your marker. Back and forth, moving it down the page. Now, you probably can't color as fast as I can, and that is okay. I'm just trying to do it quickly because I'm showing you a demonstration. All right, give it a nice clean edge. And there we go. We can create a little bit more colorful collage. See how different the colors look when you put another color next to it? Now, why is this working this way? Well, the crayon is made of wax and it coats the paper. And markers are made of water and then a dye to give it color. And markers can't stick to something that's wax. See? So the wax makes the crayon not, or the marker not able to stick to the paper, so the wax color stays there. Remember, on your edges, try and give them a nice edge. Let's see. And keep filling it in. If you want to, you can also use another crayon to go over it. It'll work. I'm just giving you a demonstration of that right now. As long as the crayon's a very different color, all right? And when I say a different color, not close to it on the rainbow. Think about the rainbow. And if it's on one side or the other side of it, it's not going to look good with that one, right? I got one more area to do. Which color should I use? I think I'm going to use this color. Now see how it doesn't stand out real good? Because there's a lot of green in my crayon color there. And I'm using teal. Yep, doesn't stand out as well. Oh, oops, I missed it. I've got one more area. And let's see. I'm going to fill in this area over here because otherwise it's going to look kind of empty. So I'm going to fill it in with another texture. All right. So there's my texture collage. I hope you enjoyed your collage and you could see how you were able to use different textures to make marks on another paper and create your own collage. Now, you should hold on to these because you can use these again and again to make other drawings. All right?